Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here, coming at you with another top 10 list. And this time, this is the definitive, the undisputed, cannot be argued in any way top 10 list of boxes. So the order they're in, you can't argue. It's just the way it is. This is the top 10 list of boxes of all time, right, Rye?
I can already hear the comments.
Now, when we were looking at the boxes, there's a lot of good ones, and it's really hard to put them like in any certain order because a lot of times it's like, well, the box isn't good now, but when it came out, it was really good, and
Mhm.
for its time, it was good. I mean, how do you really say this box was better than the other one, given that the game changes so much and things like that? So, how'd you come up with this list, Rye?
Yeah, so I kind of when I looked at this list, I kind of looked at it as in right now, if you were to go buy into those boxes, how good would they be, right? Like in terms of value. So for the most part, I'll let you guys know right now, mini boxes didn't really make the list too much. There are a couple of them dropped in there because it's very difficult to build a whole deck out of a mini box. Um, and like most of the time it's going to be a main box where you go in, you get some good staples, you get a good archetype to go along with it that does well in the current meta, can get you king of games, can get you whatever tournament results, whatever you're looking for.
All right. So why don't we start with number 10? How about that? That seems like a good
There
place
you
to
go.
start.
Let's get in there.
And what do you got for number 10?
So number 10, Ultimate Rising, the first box,
What?
greatest of boxes, actually still amazingly relative to the game. Like this box, like you think of
Hmm.
all these newer main boxes that are coming out and they're just like immediately dead on arrival. And then you look at Ultimate Rising and it's still like actually relevant. Of course, you've got the Sphere Karibo and the Fusion Gate. That's the one that people talk about all the time. But Twister is a very commonly used card in decks that can't run Cosmic Cyclone. You've
Oh
got things
man.
like Secret Passage to the Treasure. That's good for farming.
That's your farming card right there.
That's
Yeah.
your fault. You need that. And of course, Sonic Bird's in there, although we haven't used it in forever.
Yep.
It's going to be good for any ritual deck that needs it as well. So all around solid cards. Of course, there's a lot of garbage in here as well, just because of how old it is. Uh,
You
but
got clown control in here, right? You got the makings of
yeah, you
clown
get
control.
clown control. It's still a good box, like compared to say, any of like the recent mains where you get like
Hmm.
literally nothing out of them.
What was the one I was gonna say in here? Oh, Twister. That was the card where I learned the difference between destroying and negating
Yeah. Yeah,
when the
that
game first
Twister
started,
had
right?
like a small little stint of coming back, and then people switched to things like Typhoon and Galaxy Cycle
And
and
who
all
who
that.
couldn't forget Wonder Balloons
Wonder Balloons. Oh my god, when that was
with
relevant.
Bazoo the Soul Eater or whatever
Did
that
you ever
was?
did you ever get hit with the magical hats into the ancient gear fortress? Oh my god,
Yes.
that was the
Yeah,
best.
there's the magical hats.
Uh,
Reinforcements. That was a good card, man. That was a great
yeah.
card back then. There's
But yeah, this
actually
box,
I'm having nostalgia right now.
yeah.
On
This
this
box
account I don't really
usually
have a whole lot, but
when we get the 50% gym sale, this is like usually the first box people think about going into because those Sphere Karibos are
they're
like
golden.
yeah, they're really good. There's like no card that does what Sphere Karibo does. It's like we're either in a Sphere Karibo meta or not a Sphere Karibo meta. There's
Right.
no like
But that also Sonic Bird now and again. Now and again you
now and
still
again, now and again. It's been a long time since he's been relevant, but if rituals somehow find a way to come back, he'll find his way.
what about the magical arm shield? Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah,
That's
getting
such a
destroyed by
meme
that
when
was
someone pulls
not
it
fun.
off on you. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
Or what's the mask of the accursed? Of course, order to charge, all that. Yeah.
Yeah, order to charge. This is the NPCs still use this order to charge like it's a brand new card. They'll
It's
go
so
two
good.
for one any day.
Yeah.
Any day. All right. So what do you got in the number 9 slot?
We got Lords of Shining to bring a little bit
Okay.
of mini box goodness to you guys. A lot of people remember the Lords of Shining because that's where you're gonna get cards like the Dark Lord cards, right? The initial support
Okay.
before they got like the banishment. But when you actually
Oh
look at
yeah,
it in
yeah.
terms of value, what you get out of here, you get the Dark Lords, yeah, but you also get the White Stone of Ancients for Blue Eyes.
Oh
You
yeah.
get Raiko out of it. You get the Parshath stuff as well. So actually, a lot of cards
Yeah,
that you
there's some
see,
good stuff.
yeah, a lot of cards that you'll see in meta strat or some meta strategies like the Raikos probably in the Whitestone obviously are going to be the two
Hmm.
most. But in rogue strategies, especially ones that run counter traps, you'll actually see a lot of cards from here. So I was looking at it like, wow, this actually has a lot of value if you're like a rogue player or even if you're just looking to play just for fun.
What
There's a
about
lot
your
of
L swarms? You got some of those in here.
Yeah, if that deck ever pops off, this will definitely boost up in value because you'll get some steel swarms.
Oh, you
But
forgot. You forgot your waifu here.
yeah, the Gwynnefer's in there naturally. That's how it got on the list.
Nah. What else is in here? Noble Knight Brothers. Was that ever good? No, it doesn't seem like it would be.
For a little bit, it was all right. It's gonna be way better next season if we ever the
Oh, you
XCs.
got your wiretap in here. We do see that occasionally still. We still
Yeah,
see that.
I'm not a big fan of wiretap, but I can see why some people enjoy it. It's in terms of being a counter trap, you don't have to discard or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. All right, let's look at the number 8 slot. What do you got?
Number 8, I put Blazing Rose.
Ooh,
That's
that just sounds good.
the Black Rose, the Black Rose one.
Mm-hmm.
And this box is actually really, really good too. Of course, you get the Black Rose Dragon, which is really, really good. But you also get the Vermilion Dragon mech, which is a
Ooh.
staple. Any deck that does Synchros has Vermilion Dragon mech if they can make it. Has Black Rose if they can make it. You also get World Legacy Clash, which is a limit 2 card. You don't see it that often because Econ and Tretch and Trunade
Mm-hmm.
tend to take it over. But any deck that can play it will play it
Oh, here it
if
is.
possible. If they're not
That was a
using it.
rare. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Clearly, Konami did not play test that
Yeah,
very
I
well.
was looking in the super rares. I'm like, where's that there?
Aloof Lupine's in here. I think he's actually a normal Aloof Lupine. Maybe he's a rare. I don't remember. Which is actually pretty crazy because he's very, very good for any banish strategy. Of course, it was originally intended for Metaphys, but nowadays it's more like Thunder Dragons. But
Oh yeah, there he
pretty
is.
much,
He is a normal. Holy cow.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much whenever a banishment strategy comes up, you want to hit up with the Aloof Lupine. He's just that important.
And
for
if
that.
you were ever a fish player like me, right here, this guy, you could summon that with your hammerhead shark.
He's
And
thick.
go
Look
into
how
a
much
synchro
defense he
play.
has.
Yeah.
There is also a card that you sometimes see, but you haven't really seen that much. Share the Pain is in here as well.
Oh
And
yeah, 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 yeah.
that card is really, really good when it's relevant, but it's like an only inside deck, very,
Right.
very niche, and it's like you'll very rarely see it pulled off. But I remember in Red Eyes, people were like
Oh, there
making
it
the
is.
ultimate Red Eyes with the
Yep.
metal dragon and everything, and then boop, Share the Pain.
Turns out I got 3 glossy ones. I didn't even know that.
Well, there you go.
This box, I have some of it. I don't even remember ever buying into this. Was a lot of this reprinted, maybe?
Well, there was like Subterror and
Oh,
stuff.
that's what I was doing. I was trying to get these two at the top. That's where I was going. I was
Yeah.
going for the ones at the top. That's it. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Number 7.
Next up, I actually have the Judgment Force box.
Okay.
Which is extremely relevant to a lot of strategies in the game. This is where you get more Blue Eye support. You get the Michael, you get the Gladiator Beast, you get Dragoonity, you get the Glow Up Bulb, Luna Lights, Charge of the Light Brigade,
Man,
Ride.
slow down here. Slow
All
down.
of that is amazing. And in fact, this was even higher in the list when I originally made this list. But fortunately, with Charge of the Light Brigade getting a heavy-handed nerf, and Luna Lights also getting another nerf, it really decreased where it stands overall as a box. This
Free
is
the
one
fox.
where
That's all I'm saying. Free the fox.
free the fox. This is one where you could maybe put it up like a 1 or 2 higher up on the list if you really wanted to. But in reality, when you look at it, this box, what it's really good for now is easy cog with Lunalight, right? Like Blue Eyes isn't the greatest shape. Dragoonity's not in the greatest shape. Gladiator Beast was never in great shape.
Yeah.
It was fun to play. And then the Charge Light Brigade was all nerfed. Like this box was just so heavily nerfed. Almost everything in here has been nerfed.
Yeah.
Except Blue Eyes. And like I think there's like what Gishki or something.
Well, there's some Gradles too, right? Or is it just the one?
Yeah,
Gradle?
there's like some other stuff in there, but it was all pretty much irrelevant. And well, maybe with the new water deck, Gradles will be relevant. But
that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing rumors of Shark and Gradles.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But pretty much everything in here has been nerfed. And that's why it's so low on the list. Otherwise, this would be like number 3, number 2. It's got a lot of good stuff in here.
What about this cute little guy? What does he do? Anything good? No.
Yeah, he's a water, so you can make Citus out of him.
There you go. That's all you need. That's all you need. He's a great card. All right, number 6.
Yeah, so this is where we start getting into some really good territory. Cybernetic Rebellion.
Never heard of it.
Oh god, the Cyber Dragon Crystron deck. Really good noticeable cards in here are the Cyber Dragon cards. the Crystron support, Deep Sea Diva, Night Beam, White Aura Dolphin,
Now I
Flick
know I
Frog
have a lot of
Frog.
this because I bought Cristrons, and I do
Yeah.
not advise buying Cristrons because it's like $300
Yeah, Crystron's is super expensive, but
minimum.
Crystron's is one of the best decks right now, if not the best deck. If you're in a KC Cup style, which we are when we're recording this, basically in KC Cup, waiting for Stage 2 to
Yep.
happen, Crystron's are going to probably be decently represented, if not somewhere in the top cut. You know, if that one Mad Lad that goes out there and plays them. Of course, now they're much faster, so they're more suited for a KC Cup. But then
But
before,
man, they're fun. I
they
lose
are
all the
fun.
time with them, but I've never had so much fun losing.
Yeah. And yeah, there's just some other good stuff. Like Flip Flop Frog is an R, so you're forced to go in here, right? Like, invest quite a bit to get them, unfortunately. The Cyber Twin Dragon, you need at least one to make Cyber Dragon work. Super important to get that.
The most important rare in here, which you probably didn't realize, was Ronin Toaded. Obviously
Of course,
used in
when
the
we get,
anti-aircraft flower deck with Swap Frog and Ronin Toaded. It was
listen, whenever we get totally awesome, boys, clip it. Because this is gonna be the one.
yeah, and you got the penguins in here. They don't see a lot of play,
course.
but penguins.
Oh god, the penguins.
Yeah, Nightmare Penguin, and there's some other ones in here. There's
Oh
like
lord.
Nope Penguin. Is that what it is? No Penguin or Nope Penguin?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like, I don't know. This
There it
box
is.
actually has
No
potential
Penguin.
to kind of blow up if with proper support, but we'll see. We'll see what
I
Konami
think
decides.
this one is gonna be hot one day, just because all the cards on the shark cards are always talking about banished fish or sea serpent cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think they're finally gonna release one of these days a card that banishes those cards, and then you look at this one, and it allows you to shuffle one of those back into your deck and then destroy negate the activation of a card and destroy it.
Yeah. I can see that.
That'd be a good counter trap. I was trying to mess around with fish decks before, and I'm like, oh,
This
fish.
will happen.
It's got to happen.
That's the clickbait of the title.
Yep.
This box will surprise you.
Oh, fish. All right, and then the number 5 slot.
Number 5, another mini box for you, since you don't want to forget too much about mini boxes. Arena of Sanctuary. That's the Karma Cut box, the mini there, the one that when it got leaked, everyone said this is garbage. This is not going to be good. This is just no. Actually, it's quite amazing.
Explain yourself, sir.
Karma Cut right off the bat is an amazing trap, but a lot of people said, "Hey, well, I already have Karma Cut from Selection Box, so give me something else." Kara Curry, an amazing deck that has to be nerfed almost immediately.
Yeah.
So that's in here, and you need to go into it. And why not pick up Karma Cut on your way along? The Trimid Sphinx, of course, bringing Trimids from
Obscurity.
laughable, meme-worthy to an actual deck that's winning tournaments again, all off of one card. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we can't forget the Trishula, the card that everyone memed about and said will not be good, actually is quite relevant to help unfloodgate your cards, especially in things like Crystron. That if you have a failed wielder attempt, you can at least not get OTK by Purgatrio because your defense is too low by summoning this bad boy. So this deck, and Shiranui, of course, has been playing it a lot too. So to get the banish effects, which is arguably even stronger. So really, really good mini box. Probably the best mini box right now in terms of pure value and what you get out of it. You get staple, you get good access to multiple decks, and you get like a staple extra deck monster as well that you only need one of. So you don't even need.
And you get a meme deck or two with it, right?
Yeah, if you want to also, there's also, of course, Valkyries, which can get you King of Games. If that's just all you're looking to do, you could easily do it with Valkyries.
We did the top 10 card art. I should have had Kunamzan in there because that is a very good looking card.
Cool, yeah.
He's pretty styling. Whatever he is, I like it.
I have no idea what he's supposed to be, but he looks good.
Yeah.
You know what? They remind me of the samurais from Samurai Jack. If you ever,
yeah. I was like, he's a robot, a wooden robot or whatever, but he's got like 4 robes on to stay warm or whatever that is.
Of course, naturally.
Very
he's
stylish.
Got oil in his joints.
All right, now number 4.
So number 4, we have Valhalla Calling. This is the one that everybody loves to hate because that's the one that Dark Lord Banishment came. Very, very unfortunate. But this is a pretty good box when you look at what they have. Of course, you get things like Scrap Dragon, some Masked Hero supports in there. Forbidden Lance, probably the best, longest staying card and very relevant to
I
pretty much
just
any
used
deck.
a UR Dream ticket on it. I
Yeah,
had to.
it's really good, especially decks that can't play
Yep.
Cosmic Cyclone, like Shiranui. They can only usually play one copy. This
Hmm.
card's really, really good. Karakuri, this deck's really good because you have that initial summon, so you have to make sure you get that out. There's also the Valhalla summonable card or whatever. You see a few more
Hall of
decks.
the Fallen.
Yeah, that one, Hall
Yep.
of Fallen. You get Fortune Lady Every from here, who is just everywhere now. She
Yep.
doesn't even stay in her own deck. Star Eater's in here. Psychemoth is in here. Uh, really, really good box. This
Kinkabayo. I know you probably
Kinka
when we
Bio.
used to
Oh
play
boy.
Kinky Boy Stall, this was one of the stars. Him and Mystic Piper was just a great draw engine. We could stall for days.
Yeah.
That was great.
This is a good box. This is, you could argue this one and the Arena of Sanctuary, they could kind of flip flop spots if you want. But the Forbidden Lance is just so relevant. Every's so relevant. Star Eater is so relevant.
Oh my god.
It's hard to say.
Perf would kill us if we didn't bring up the fact that Cardians are in here.
Yeah, and then you get Guardians, of course.
There was
Easy cog.
well, there was what? You get Cardians and then the Nordics, which were total crap for the
Yeah,
most
the
part.
Nordics. Oh
So I mean, there
no.
was a lot in here. Guardians, I cogged twice in the same month on separate accounts with this deck because it was so degenerate. That's
I
actually
don't even know if you can do it on Guardians anymore.
no, it'd be way too hard. They just karma
Oh,
cut you or something
yeah,
like that. And you're like, oh,
all
there
day.
goes that. Oh, good times though. I
Oh
love
boy.
Guardians. Such a degenerate deck. All right, number 3.
Yeah, so these top three, you can put these three in any order that you want to put, honestly, because their power level is kind of insane.
But these are
Uh,
this is the definitive order.
this is the definitive. If you're wrong, type it in the comments. Uh, number 3, Aerial Assault. It's the second wave of Blackwing support. You'll remember it for
Hmm.
Blackwing, but holy crap, was this box really, really strong. Blackwing, Bryonic Dragon, Purgatrio, Jet Synchron, Darkened Dragon, Transmigration Prophecy.
Hmm.
All of those cards that I just mentioned are extremely, extremely good. Jet Synchron, obviously, any Synchro deck really
Yep.
wants it. Bryonic Dragons ending games left and right. Purgatrio is the scourge of Duel Links right now.
Yep.
Transmigration Prophecy is like the king of side decks. You'll see them all over the place, ending duels left and right. And then, yeah, just the Blackwing in general. Look at when Blackwing came out, and even after Blackbird closed, one of their strongest cards has been nerfed. You still see Blackwings. Pretty crazy. And
Yep.
of course, now actually, I wrote this article a long time ago before the most recent Spore. You get Spore out of this box as well.
Yep.
So for all the new Xyz decks, Spore has been kind of messing with, you get that out of here as well. So this just increased power even more.
What about that Inzector support?
you know, if I saw the UR Karibos pop up and then I got Inzector instead of Purgatrio, I think I would uninstall.
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset.
It's like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I think I only bought into this box just to get Purgatrio and Brio.
Yeah.
And I think I used
Yeah.
another dream ticket on the other Purga. I just never was a Blackwings fan, so some people love them. They should
Yeah.
because that was an expensive deck to build.
Yeah, I mean, if you built Blackwings, what's the one guy that only Erickson? He like only plays black. I think he's been playing other stuff recently, but he only plays black. He only played Blackwing for like a year straight, and he won like a bunch of battle phases off that. So
Right. Well, when you only have one deck, you gotta make it work.
yeah.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, everybody's favorite, Dark Dimension. But Raya should be number 1. Again, these are all interchangeable. If I'm being totally honest, their power levels are way too close. So if you want it to be number 1, happy birthday. It's number 1.
It's number
Dark
1 in your
Dimension.
heart.
Yeah. Obviously, this is the Alistair box. That's really all I need to say because Alistair is just everywhere. But if you want more, I'll give you more. Berry Girls, E-Sabers are dead, so we don't want to talk about them anymore. Necro Valley, extremely relevant card right now. This is where you get Thunder Dragons. This is where you get some of your Karakuri. This is where you get Samurai Destroyer. Like, this box is insane. Like, oh my god, there's so, like, everything is good. Everything is good except, like, the E-Sabers. They're terrible now.
But
And if you
you
want a
can
meme,
play
there's
everything
also,
in here though.
yeah, if you wanted to, yeah. Magicalized Fusion. play that.
I think
Mahad, you can play that.
I think Herf had like an E-Saber deck that he was playing in Battle Phase. He found a way to make it work
Is that
even
the
now.
Spore one or whatever?
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
it's
if you
not.
really want to, you
Yeah,
can.
I
But
mean,
it
if you were to buy in this box, and you're like, what do I do with these E-Sabers? You could do something with them.
yeah, you're probably just going to be using like literally. If you go in this box and you go into the previous Purgatrio box, you have Berry Magician Girls invoked at like full power.
Yep.
Well, not full power. You still need the heavy back row, but almost full power.
Well, you do get Network Trap Hole. You can use that, right?
So Network Trap Hole is actually an interesting card. I think it'll get better as
Yeah.
the game gets faster. Some people started using it when Witchcrafters were at their prime. Because obviously getting banished or getting is it banished or destroyed? I don't remember. Whatever it is, face
Banish it
down,
face down. Yeah.
banish it face down. That's what it was. They can't get it back if it's face down. There's like it's not a card that can be targeted. Uh, where I think their Patronus or whatever could bring back from the banish.
Right.
So
Yeah. So if it's face
I
down.
thought for a while that this card would actually pop off, but then Konami was like, "Hey, by the way, we don't like Witchcrafters. So
Nah,
thanks
get
for
out
the
of
money."
here.
So we'll see, maybe in the future, but not right now.
Oh yeah, it does have the Burrito in here. So,
Yeah, and then
but
the
most
Samurai
people would already
Destroyer.
have that.
Good
And
old
this is
Sam P, the greatest.
the number one new player box, right? Because I swear, in tournaments it's one thing, but when you're playing on the ladder, it's another one. Summons the Berry Magician Girl. In tournaments, you're like, okay,
Yeah,
this is invoked Berry
yeah.
Magician
And
Girls.
if we're looking strictly at tournaments, this would be my number one box. Yeah, right now.
But when you're on the ladder and someone summons Berry Magician Girl, you know
You're
they're going
getting
into
magical ice
quintet.
fusion. I know what you're trying to do. I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah, you know this is the next thing you're gonna see is magical eyes
Oh
fusion.
lordy, you're not even wrong. That's literally what they. I once had a person who would not swing into me no matter what. I was trying to like Sphere Kribo him and then OTK him with some meme deck. I don't remember what it was. And he continued to stall me because he wanted to get his magical ice fusion off, and then I just negated the magical ice fusion, and he surrendered. We were both down to like one deck left in our grave. I was
Uh,
like, okay, that's cool.
that was the win con, man.
Yeah,
All right. So, the number one box of all time, the undisputed champion.
you guys already know what it is. Actually, you want to do some honorable mentions before we get there?
Sure.
I've
What
only
was
got 2 honorable mentions
Okay.
to bring up to people. Yes, Shiranui. I realize I
Oh
didn't
my
put it
God.
anywhere on the
There's
list.
so many angry people right
Don't
now.
freak out, guys. All right, Shiranui is an amazing archetype.
Mhm.
That's in a terrible box. Like, let's be honest. You go into that box, you get Shiranui, and then you get like Raigeki Break.
Oh, which
That's
one was that? Which one was that?
that was the
Soul of Resurrection.
yeah, Soul of Resurrection.
I have no cards from this box.
Raigeki Break is good for like Blue Eyes, and then like that's it, right? Shiranui gets its power from the other cards from other boxes that you'll be getting into. So in terms of value, which is what I kind of looked at when I was looking at this list, it's not really up there. Now the follow-up, the one with Ballista Squad, which is my other honorable mention, has a little bit more value uh, in it. But even that on its own, again, you have to combo it with other things. Just the fact that they're mini boxes is kind of what saves it from that aspect. Both really good, and what they give you, but I don't know, man. I'd rather go into a box that'll give me multiple options. If you really want to, you could replace Ultimate Rising on this list with either one. I don't really care. But yeah, just the decks are good, but they're in terrible, terrible boxes.
All right, my honorable mention will be more of a nostalgia thing, so I'm gonna go with that. All right,
Go for it.
nostalgia wise, when I first started streaming, which is now almost 4 years ago, think about that. Dawn of Destiny was the first one. We
Oh,
opened a new account and we went in there and we built
yeah.
Naturius,
Oh,
and that's how we started. That's how I started
Yo, this
streaming.
box is actually like really good. Phoenix is good. Super Rush Headlong is good.
Tribute to the Doom synergized with the deck pretty well too, because you could shuffle Naturias back into the deck. So you use
Yeah.
your Tribute to the Doom, shuffle them back into the deck.
You get the hazy trap in here too, right? Or you got some hazies? What's that trap? The
This one?
go to the left from where you are. Oh, you get Catan in here. There you go.
Good
We'll get
Goblin
there.
Housekeeping, Beast Rising.
Yeah, there
Beast
you go.
Rising. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, this box is like really good in its prime. Now it's like totally useless, but back in the day, oh my god.
Yeah, Ninjutsu Art of Shadow Sealing saw a little play in Ninja decks back in the day, a little. Yeah, I mean, this wasn't that bad back in the day. I mean, if you want to play you got or something, you got to have that Fire King right there, right? Got
Yeah,
to
I
have
mean,
that
this was a must
Yaksha.
buy. But see, like, I guess that's kind of the problem with all mini boxes in this game. All mini boxes were a must buy when they launched and were power crept really quickly. Where main boxes, for the most part, outside of like chaotic compliance, which is the blacklist or soldier one,
Mm-hmm.
are like still relevant to this day in some aspect,
Right.
which is really crazy. Like that's actually really, really good. Like if you invested in Ultimate Rising instead of the Daedalus one back in the day, look at no one's playing Daedalus anymore. Everyone's playing Sphere Kuriboh, Fusion
Right.
Gate, Twister. All those cards are still seeing play, even in just like ranked. So
The
that
first,
value is insane.
yeah, that first mini box. Woo.
Ah, God, you literally use nothing out of here. Oh my God, it's
Well,
so bad.
you could use the needle sunfish nowadays.
Uh,
That's
needles.
about it.
Oh God.
This is yeah. All right. Terrible. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get to the number one box then. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, so after honorable mentions, you guys already know it's the one that we all tell you to go into because in terms of value, it's just insane, and that is going to be Valiant
You know how
Souls.
many people
Dun,
you just
dun.
upset by saying that? Oh my God.
So mad, but
They're
no, I mean
so
seriously,
mad at
like
us for saying Canada is a good card.
even if you ignore the Canadian on its own, how relevant this box is kind of insane. Needle Sealing, Dark World Dealings. You
Mm-hmm.
get Sazank, Eclipse Wyvern, Anki, Canadia, Double Cyclone, which is in a structure deck, so that takes a little value. Mass Change, also in a structure deck. Fusion Reserve, that Stygian Dirge trap card, the one that lowers all the levels, which was kind of relevant with Synchro's even going to be more relevant as a side deck card when XCs are really getting in there. All the Amazon stuff, Karkari, Gold Dust, and Anatomy are in there. All
Are
these
they
cards,
really? I didn't even
yeah,
realize that.
they're
Wow.
like they're like normals all the way down. Like there's a lot of
Oh
good
wow.
stuff
I didn't
in
realize they
here.
were that far back. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here when it comes to everything
Bits
in the
and
meta. Like
pieces. Bits
it
and
touches like on
pieces.
everything, and in terms of value and power, it's just like a good way to start your adventure off. Um, but yeah, like I said, if you all three of these can be separated into any
Mm-hmm.
category.
You mentioned
Some
Onslaught,
people,
right? Because that's in the box too.
yeah, all the Amazon
Yep.
stuff is in here. So
Baby
you know,
Tiger, he's adorable.
yeah,
He's
baby
the
tiger.
baby Yoda of Duel Links. You know what I mean?
People forget he used to be limited. That's how strong he was back in the
Yeah.
day. Also, there's Gearsians. I forgot Gearsians are now in here. If
Yep.
those ever become good, Invoke Gears, I know is a thing, but I don't know how good it is. Fusion Reserve, like we said, is good. All Invoke decks need it. So, from the perspective of a new player, this is one of the best boxes to go into. But even from the perspective of someone who's been around for a while and wants to build towards the meta, even if you completely ignore Canadia, which you shouldn't, Canadia is an amazing card, even if it's not relevant in the
I
meta
have
right now.
four of them. That's how good it is.
I always say the same thing. Canadian Floodgate, they just alternate when they're meta relevant. It's very rare that both are relevant, and if they are, something is going wrong with the meta.
You know,
So
guys, usually I agree with what you have to say, but this time you went too far.
this is too
Valiant
far.
Souls number one. Come on, Rye.
Shame. But yeah, like I said, all three of these top ones can be alternated amongst each other. All the other ones, plus or one each on the
Yeah.
list. If you get super salty about Shiranui not being on here, just replace Ultimate Rising. Because yeah, Shiranui is great, great, great deck. Really crappy box. But
Yep.
yeah,
Wow.
that's everything.
I'm actually surprised. Valiant Souls number one.
It really is one of the better boxes out there. There is actually, I think Resline put a comment on one of our YouTube videos, and this is what I feel. A lot of people feel the same way. They just don't say anything about it. Even to this day, when it comes to farming, people still play some variant of heroes because it's just so fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Anki OTK is just so fast for farming any of the crappy PvE events Konami, puts
Right.
out.
It's one of the few decks that computers like, I got you. I know how to do this because there's
Yeah,
really no
they just
monster effects that they can screw up. And,
yeah. So
all the
unless there's like
spells
a
are straightforward. The
specific
traps are
thing,
straightforward.
yeah, you
Yeah.
just hit them with the Anki and call it a day.
Yep.
So
Good stuff. All right, everybody. I hope you like this video. I always like doing these. This is Rye's favorite form of doing a video too. So,
naturally,
all right, we're gonna get out of here. Let us know in the comments, or even better, in our Discord, what kind of top tens you want to see. So get in the Discord, check it out. We got a great new player channel where we have people answering your questions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People like Rye, people like Jason, people like Broken Famous. All right. So we're going to get out of here. You should get in there. We'll see you next time.